Putu Devanya Maheswari as a representative of SMP Negeri 3 Negara. So today, I would like to tell you guys a very interesting story entitled Snow White. A long time ago, in a huge palace, a beautiful princess was born. Her hair was as black as ebony, her lips as red as a rose, and her skin as white as snow. She was named Snow White. Snow White had a stepmother who was beautiful but usually cruel. She had a magical mirror which she used to ask who the fairest lady of all is. One day, the cruel queen asked the mirror, "Mirror, mirror, who's the fairest lady of all?" Then the mirror replied, "Snow White." Hearing this, the queen decided to get Snow White killed. She appointed a huntsman to take Snow White far into the woods. Although the huntsman took Snow White into the woods, he decided that he wouldn't kill her. Snow White entered the house, but found no one there. She was exhausted. She lay across 7 small beds in a row. After some time, the residents of the house, the 7 dwarfs, were coming home from an exhaustive day at the mines. They were shocked to see Snow White sleeping in their room. They all screamed with shock. "Ah!" Then Snow White woke up hearing them shout. Then Snow White told them about the whole accident that happened to her. The 7 dwarfs felt pity for her. They let her to stay in the house. The weak queen, in a misconception of Snow White's death, proudly asked the mirror the same question again. "Mirror, mirror, who's the fairest lady of all?" And to her biggest shock, she got a reply from the mirror, "Snow White." She understood that she had been deceived by the huntsman. This time, she took the chains by herself and killed Snow White. She went to her secret room and poisoned an apple. She impersonated herself as a hag and left for the dwarf's house. Reaching the dwarf's house, the weak queen knocked on the door. Then Snow White opened the door and asked for the old lady's purpose. The weak queen said that she's selling the tastiest apple. Poor Snow White fell into the trap and got a taste by the beautiful apple. She merely took a bite of the poisoned apple and fell to the ground dead. The weak queen went back to the palace and asked the mirror the exact same question again. But this time, the mirror replied, "You, my queen." She gave an evil laugh. Then the 7 dwarfs were coming home from work. They were shocked to see Snow White lying dead on the floor. They tried to shock her and began crying. They kept her safe inside the transparent cabin and made sure that one of them will always dare to protect the cabin. Once it so happened that the prince was passing by the forest and he saw the cabin. The prince had known and loved Snow White, and when he saw the cabin, he asked the dwarfs what exactly had happened to her. After listening about her brutal accident, the prince asked the dwarfs to hand him over the cabin. The prince opened the cabin. He gave her a sip of healthy drink from his clay water bottle, but nothing happened. Then he remembered the magic chocolate he brought. Last few days, a king offered him some magic chocolate from Jembrana. The king said, "It's 100% from Jembrana and it tastes super delicious." The king said that he can heal everything. He added the magic chocolate into the drink. Then Snow White smelled the flavor of the chocolate and she woke up. The prince continued and gave her the drink. The prince's magic chocolate, which full of love for Snow White, won over the queen's hatred for her. People in and around the country got to know about the queen's cruel act, and she was banished forever from the land. Then the prince married Snow White, and they lived happily ever after.
Wow, what a great performance! Can you give more applause for them? Thank you very much for the very interesting story and performance from SMP Negeri Negara.